Hello and welcome back. Today's video I'm going to give you my thoughts on the Northampton versus Luton game. Before I do though, smash that like button, let me know your thoughts down in the video comments, your score predictions as well. And if you are new to my channel, hit that sub button because massive content is coming your way, including a big interview between myself and Jack Wilshere, myself and Gary Sweet, Chris Powell and the other coaching staff. If you do not know what I'm talking about, I was invited by Luton to come for a content creation day where we got the opportunity as content creators to actually ask some questions to the director, to the recruitment team, to the coaching staff and get a bit more of an insight on what's currently happening at Luton. So stay tuned. My Jack Wilshere interview is coming out Sunday 10 a.m. We all got given different opportunities to ask whatever question which we wanted. So my interview will definitely be different to the Supporters Trust interview, for example. So it's worth watching. Different answers, different questions. But my video, my first big one, is coming out on Sunday morning. But we have a game before I give you that video, and that is against Northampton. Let's listen to a Northampton fan called Danny with his thoughts going into this game.
Hi guys, Danny from It's All Cobblers To Me podcast here, just giving you a bit of the lowdown on the Cobblers so far this season. Yeah, it's been a pretty good one so far actually, to be fair. We would probably start out the season as a lot of people's favourites for relegation. We were in the bottom four of most people's predictions. So yeah, doing really well in 11th place, looking good. We're pretty happy with that. It's been a little bit up and down recent weeks. We seem to win one, lose one, put in a good performance and then struggle in the next game. So it's been, yeah, a little bit mixed, but playing some reasonable stuff. I think our main struggle is scoring goals at the minute. It has been all season. We haven't really put that right yet in terms of finding the right way to find a goal. We've got Ethan Wheatley up front who has got a couple, but I think the thing for us is we're trying to find a way of getting some attacking going and getting some attacking patterns going to get us in those goal scoring positions, which we're not really making either. So it could be a pretty tight game on Saturday, I think. It's not looking like either team are looking good in front of goal, but you never know. So that's our main thing at the minute. We're pretty strong defensively. We're pretty good at the back, keeping teams out and keeping things tight. It's just the goal scoring thing at the moment that's gonna be the main thing. In terms of players to watch, Tyrese Forner is the one probably that is trying to get the ball down and trying to do things. I don't think he knows half the time what he's going to do, so what other teams expect, I'm not sure. So he's the one probably to watch in terms of players. I think we're not sure about injury situations. We've got quite a few out, but Cam McGeehan, who used to play for you guys, I think he did really well for you at National League level. He's on the way back from injury. I'm not sure if he's going to be back for the weekend, but he's one to keep an eye on, obviously, for you guys, because I know he did really well there for you. But yeah, in terms of score predictions, I'm going to go 1-1 for this one, I think. But yeah, hope you all have a good trip, good journey, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Big thank you to Danny. It's always good to hear a opposition fan's thoughts going into the game, which we're all going to watch this weekend. Normally, I would talk about the last game, and I just don't want to bring up the negativity. I want to try and be very positive. From what I've been told this week from the coaching staff, it's been another good week in training. You know, it seems like it's a happy camp. You know, it doesn't come across as a camp that is struggling. And right now, from what I gather, is the players, they need a bit of love, and I think supporters, we can do that. And I'm not just saying this because, I've gone to Luton and I've got to get given a bit of info on what's happening. I'm not just saying it because of that. But I do think from, just hearing what's actually happening and how positive it is behind the scenes, and it isn't negative at all, I think the only solution to get back to winning games of football is by supporting the players and getting behind them. You know, Jack Wilshere, he's still new being the Luton Town manager. Yes, we didn't get that new manager bounce against Mansfield, but what we need to do now is just cheer them on away against Northampton. But also what needs to happen, and I did say this to Jack, I said that the players, I want their body language to change. I want them to show that they actually do care. And Jack, he actually did give me a good answer to that question when I did ask him. But I think he gets it, and the coaching staff understand that's what the players have got to do. So hopefully with some positive news with certain players coming back into training, some big characters with Hakeem Adofin, who's been training regularly and having such a strong influence amongst the dressing room. We've got Big Nigel. Looks like he's coming back. Hopefully he could play right back instead of Chris Makosso, because he is so much better as a centre back, and Nigel technically is a lot better to play right back compared to Chris. Yes, Ted Mengi is available. I'm not too sure whether or not we would start him on the weekend, but I think what we can all agree on is we need to do better than what we saw against Mansfield. Yes, in spells we did look good and we probably should have scored in spells, but Northampton, they're going to be tough. They've actually surprised me so far this season. I thought they would actually lose a lot more games than what they have done already this year, and no, they're actually doing extremely well. The problem is scoring goals for them. I always had a question mark over the goals. How many can they get this year? And without key player and former Luton player Cameron McGeehan, who is in doubt for this game, gives me a bit of positive, feeling going into it, because he scored the last time I think we played against him when he was playing for Barnsley, and he always had an eye for a goal. And that's something which we kind of need right now, don't we? We know that we are struggling to score goals right now, and hopefully Jack, he can find the right formula as of right now to figure out a way to get us scoring goals and, winning games of football. Even if it's a 1-0 win, just getting us winning, changing this bad run of form that's currently happening right now. And yeah, just change the atmosphere in the stands, because and I say it again, from what I've seen behind the scenes, the atmosphere, it isn't negative. So, but obviously in the stands, it is negative, and we are getting frustrated when we see a bad pass. So I feel like if the players can show that they care, work that extra 10% like we have seen them do in the past, especially in the first part of the Premier League season at the very least, and also when we had Nathan Jones and when we had Rob Edwards for the first 12 months. If we see that type of Luton, we will get behind them. There's no doubt about that. We will get behind them. And a sellout away ends, you don't sell out away ends if you don't feel like something could happen. You don't bother going if you're hating it. So we keep selling out our away ends. We keep turning up to support these lads. So we need to give them basically love, I guess, and get behind them, and don't just whinge and moan when they do a bad back pass. Essentially, hopefully we can win. Look, I'll be honest with you, my prep for this video hasn't been great. I've just finished work. It's been crazy for me this week, but I wanted to give you something rather than nothing. So, how am I feeling? I reckon we can get something. I reckon we're going to get a positive result. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Luton win. I've just got a feeling I think now the new coaching staff, they've had an extra week with these group of players. We'll slowly start seeing it. It's not going to be a 5-minute fix. It might take a couple of months. Hopefully we just see us, the Luton of old, back again. Fingers crossed. That's how I'm going to end the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my match reaction after the game against Northampton, and hopefully I'm celebrating with you guys in getting the 3 points.